Greetings! Welcome to Little Discovery Corner. Today's Sunday, which I like to reserve for a focus on shadow work. I think today I will start with my What's Blocking You deck. Okay, too busy. You use busy as an excuse not to date. You must make time for a partner. All right, now this could apply to either starting to date in general or someone you are dating and have trouble connecting more emotionally with and intimately. If this, you could be using busy as an excuse to avoid, say, tough conversations. Incomplete. You want someone who completes you, but you need to be whole on your own. All right, and this is I think this is an issue a lot of people struggle with and have to get over. They feel like, especially in light of pop culture and Hollywood influence, they feel like they need someone to fill their cup. Afraid of getting hurt. All love comes with a risk of losing it. Don't be afraid to floss. Take a chance. Okay, and this could tie in with this one. Avoiding, say, getting involved, getting serious, avoiding difficult conversations, or even just opening up emotionally with, say, feeling vulnerable and telling someone you feel scared. You may come up with excuses. Tell yourself you're too busy, tell the partner you're too busy, because you're afraid of getting hurt. And of course, everybody's afraid of getting hurt, but ups and downs are a part of life. And if you spend all your life avoiding any pain, unlike, masculines, especially male masculines, they kind of conditioned to, they're conditioned to tough out physically, take physical pain, get out there and hurt each other, things like that. Go rough yourself up. But when it comes to emotions, a lot of them are kind of petrified, and not just men, women too. And then of course this kind of complicates things. A lot of people, between, say, not getting your emotional needs met from childhood and onward, which can lead you to avoid commitments, opening up emotionally, intimacy, or even dating at all, or getting serious. These two can all of these can kind of pile up in each other to keep someone feeling kind of paralyzed about, say, taking a leap with relationships. And avoid either relationships altogether or getting serious altogether, or connections with, healthy, nurturing partners, because they are so willing to be open-hearted and vulnerable with you, and you're afraid to do the same. But you also feel like you would be incomplete without like a perfect person. And excuses could also, perfection could also play into excuses that you might make, like, oh, you look for flaws when you get scared of getting hurt in some way, shape, or form. And that's another form of excuse. Oh, we're not compatible anyway, because I'm getting bored. That could just mean you're getting scared and you're coming up with excuses. But you feel incomplete without it, so your ego keeps you on this cycle. Everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not a truth. How comfortable am I with the idea that because something feels true for me doesn't mean it's the truth? All right, this tends to come out a lot. In the context of these cards, this could be like also, opening up to others' perspectives. If there's a connection you care about keeping in your life and not driving away with excuses because you're afraid of getting hurt, you might need to pause and let your mind open up to their perspective. and kind of, offer a little give and take. Try perhaps a mediator professionally, or at least put yourself in the shoes of a mediator. Like, how would a counselor navigate a contentious conversation which one person is getting easily defensive and doesn't want to hear it because they're getting scared of admitting to, say, vulnerability, imperfection, or they're afraid of admitting to feeling afraid. How would a professional get them to talk to their partner? The secret of happiness is to find something more important than you and dedicate your life to it. What do you believe to be the higher purpose for your life? Okay. Okay, in the context of all of this, maybe the higher purpose is learning to let go of your fears, get out of your head and habits of making excuses of some kind or another, and feeling like you need someone else to complete you, and accept that it's okay to feel afraid to be vulnerable and open with someone. It's okay to feel afraid of connection and relationships and intimacy. The first step to solving any problem is what? Admitting that you have one. And we all have issues like that we need to overcome and address, process, release, and move past. Oh, this kind of pays right in. Here's my little shadow work card game. Guilt. Think about a time when you felt guilt. What was happening? Okay, this could be, all of this could be like a cycle or a recent breakdown of a connection that you might be feeling guilty about. What exactly do you feel guilty about? Can you delve into that and like pick that apart for yourself? Sit and think. That's something I've definitely had to do. And it could be like guilty with treating yourself a certain type of way, which includes like putting up walls because you're afraid of getting hurt. That's actually doing yourself a disservice, because you are worthy of a happy, healthy, nurturing connection with equal give and take with someone, if that's what you want. Integrating. What qualities do you see in others that also reflect qualities in you? All right, that can be both positive and negative, or like, things you do successfully, things you're good at, and also things, use constructive criticism with yourself. Maybe I could work on X. And that's something I could try to work on myself, to give yourself the kind of therapist's talk, and so you don't feel like you're beating yourself up all the time. Be constructive with yourself so you don't get stuck in a cycle of, a little prison of negative self-talk. All right, maybe one more on this one. This one is my mindful prompts for self-care and stress relief. Okay, anger kills creativity. Creativity kills anger. So if you get irritated today, note the emotion as soon as it arises. And that's what I've talked about before I brought this up, about just trying to observe your moods. You notice yourself getting angry, that's something that meditation helps with. It's learning to be aware of what your emotions are doing and when. And meditation, getting out into nature, taking a long walk can help you kind of temper that, get a handle on it, and you start to, after a while, you start to notice it faster when you're like getting defensive or getting like depressed and even despairing, telling yourself things never work out, what's the use? Creativity. When do you feel the most creative? In those moments, do you have time to be angry? All right, so maybe try to get into a hobby, perhaps that you might have been curious about. Anything from, to doodling, to creative writing. Faking courage and real courage are the same thing. Today, at a point where you are afraid to take action, take fake courage. Fake it till you make it, right? Do whatever it is that scares you. To be courageous is to stay close to the way we are made. Who are you at your center? Is it different than what others expect you to be? Who do you choose to be? Okay, so creativity is also about creating your destiny. And if fear is keeping you from doing things, pursuing your life's happiness, and including fulfilling your own emotional cup, learning how to love yourself and tell yourself that you are worthy of good things, you are worthy of believing you are worthy, and that takes courage, and that takes creativity. And maybe it feels awkward, uncomfortable, and silly at first to tell yourself affirmations, but it's worth the trouble of trying it. And you'll start to... So if you're feeling nervous about that, it'll tell yourself you're courageous, and you can try to fake it till you make it. Like push yourself to do, say, reach out or open up or have a tough conversation. Let yourself do it in writing if you need to, but open up. Let yourself pour your heart out, even if you just start with a journal, and these are things you write to yourself or an imaginary letter, and then edit it, and perhaps maybe send it for real. Give yourself that push, and then you'll be creating your own destiny. Okay, I think that'll be good for today. I will see you next time.